Welcome all. Today we are going to learn about the transcription mechanism that occur in case of eukaryotes. Transcription in eukaryotes. The transcription in eukaryotes is similar that of prokaryotes. It also include three steps. In three stages, the transcription occur in case of eukaryotes. Those are the initiation, elongation, third is termination. So, in case of eukaryotes, the transcription involved in three steps or three stages. Those are initiation, elongation, and termination, similar to that of prokaryotes. But the transcription that occur in the prokaryotes and the transcription occur in the eukaryotes are of different types. We already learned that the prokaryotes where only one RNA polymerase is there, which involved in the transcription of all kind of RNAs. The RNA which is present in the prokaryote is DNA dependent RNA polymerase. But in case of eukaryotes, at least three different RNAs are involved in the transcription mechanism. At least three different RNAs are present in eukaryotes which synthesize different kind of RNA, so that a clear-cut division of labor is seen in eukaryotes. So there are three different type of RNA polymerases are present in eukaryotes, and these RNA polymerases are involved in the transcription mechanism of different kind of RNAs. RNA polymerase 1 transcribe rRNA is involved in the transcription of rRNA. That too, the three kind of rRNA are transcribed by RNA polymerase 1. Those are 28S rRNA, 18S rRNA, and 5.8S rRNA. So, the RNA polymerase 1 transcribe or it involved in the mechanism of transcription of rRNA, except all kind of RNA are transcribed by the RNA polymerase 1, but except the 5S rRNA is not transcribed by RNA polymerase 1. So, RNA polymerase 2 is an actual polymerase enzyme. RNA polymerase 2 is the actual polymerase enzyme which transcribes the mRNA. Mainly in case of mRNA, which is transcribed after the transcription procedure is called as hnRNA. hnRNA means heterogeneous nuclear RNA. Heterogeneous nuclear RNA is the transcript produced after the transcription mechanism of a gene. So it is called as hnRNA. Then later this hnRNA undergo a post-transcriptional mechanism, a different kind of mechanism that occur in case of only eukaryotes. This mechanism, the post-transcriptional modification, does not occur in case of prokaryotes. So, RNA polymerase 2 involved in the transcription of hnRNA, transcribe hnRNA. Third is called as mRNA for your convenience. RNA polymerase 3 snRNA. snRNA are nothing but the small nuclear RNA. The small nuclear RNA are transcribed by RNA polymerase III. These small nuclear RNAs are involved in the splicing mechanism. The splicing mechanism. What is splicing mechanism? We will learn in this class. So a clear cut division of labor is seen in case of prokaryotes. At least the three RNA polymerases are involved in the transcription of different kind of RNAs in case of eukaryotes, unlike in prokaryotes. So RNA polymerase 1 transcribe all kind of rRNA except 5S RNA. RNA polymerase 2 transcribe hRNA, which is the transcript produced after the transcription. Later, it undergo a post-transcriptional modification and convert into mRNA. The third, RNA polymerase 3 transcribe the transfer RNA. It is also called as soluble RNA, 5S RNA, and small nuclear RNA. So these are the three different kind of RNAs which are present in case of eukaryote. Now coming to the initiation. Unlike RNA polymerases are never or they themselves not initiate the transcription. There are several the transcription factors involved in the initiation of transcription in eukaryotes. The transcription factors include TF2D, TF2X, TF2E, TF2A, TF2B, like that, or some proteins like transcription binding proteins. See, many transcription factors are involved, assist the RNA polymerases for the initiation of transcription. Like that, in prokaryotes, we showed that upstream to the start point of transcription. Similarly, like prokaryotes, the promoter is the conserved sequences which are present upstream to the starting point of the transcription. In case of eukaryotes, the 20 and upstream to the -20, -40, -60, -80, -100, and -20 are different kind of conserved sequences or consist sequences are present. They are helpful for the binding of RNA polymerase and different transcription factors. So -20, there is a conserved sequence present. It is called Tata box. In case of eukaryotes, the conserved sequences are present upstream to the 5' end of a 5' end of a gene. In case of eukaryotes, it is called as Tata box, and at -40 upstream, it is called as GC box. -80, -60 to 80, what is that? Upstream to the start point of the transcription is called as a cap box, and up that is a GC box. So like 4 to 5 different conserved sequences are present upstream to the start point of transcription in case of eukaryotes. So these conserved sequences or the boxes are helpful for the binding site, or helpful for the RNA polymerase to bind to the transcription net. It is called the promoter transcription net, and many, I already mentioned, many transcription factors are involved in it. So this eukaryotes, so when the RNA polymerase, when the initiation occurs, the RNA polymerase bond. This is a gene. Already I mentioned the transcription in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes occur in 5' to 3' direction. Always RNA transcription or RNA synthesis occur in 5' to 3' direction. So that these are the conserved sequences I already mentioned present upstream in the gene or starting point. So here these sequences are responsible for the binding site of RNA polymerases and different kind of the transcription factor involved in the initiation of transcription. So once it bound, the unwinding of double helical structure of DNA takes place. One unwinding of double helical structure of the DNA takes place. The one of the strand acts as a template for the synthesis of the RNA. One of the strand of the DNA acts as a synthesis of RNA. The strand which is involved in the synthesis of RNA is called as a template strand, which is always 3' to 5' direction, on which the mRNA is synthesized in 5' to 3' direction. So this mRNA is involved for the addition of, already mentioned in the case of prokaryotes, the RNA polymerase is involved for the elongation of the formation of new strand of RNA. So it involved for the addition of what is called ribonucleotide, the complementary ribonucleotide present on this. So it start adding the ribonucleotide for the formation or generation or synthesis of new strand of RNA. This RNA is exactly complementary to the template strand. So finally, in the termination process, the RNA polymerase act as an exonuclease. It cleave the RNA itself so that mRNA is released. So the mRNA which is released, this mRNA is 5' to 3' direction. The mRNA which is released from the gene is occur in the nucleus. This all things occur in the nucleus in case of eukaryotes, because eukaryotes are having different nuclear membrane. Prokaryotes are not having that nuclear membrane. These all things occur in the nucleus. The transcript which is synthesized from the DNA is now called as hnRNA. Means heterogeneous nuclear RNA. We not call it as mRNA. So it is called heterogeneous nuclear RNA. This heterogeneous nuclear RNA consists of the introns and exons. It consists of introns and exons. So whatever the mechanism that occurs after the transcript produced is called the post-transcriptional modification. These post-transcriptional modification occur inside the nuclear membrane. In case of eukaryotes. This is not occur in case of prokaryotes. So the transcript which is produced after the transcription is called hnRNA, heterogeneous nuclear RNA. This heterogeneous nuclear RNA consists of many introns and exons. Then what are introns and what are exons? Introns are intervening sequences, or they are also called as non-coding sequences. Non-coding sequences present between the coding sequences called exons. The exons code for a protein. The exons, when they join, they code for the amino acid and the protein synthesis occurs. Introns are non-coding sequences. They code for no amino acids. So the splicing mechanism occurs. These non-coding intervening sequences are removed, and the axons are joined. See, this is axon. With the color, I can say, teach you. See, this is axon. This is intron. Again, this is axon. This is intron. This is axon. This is intron. So this is the 5' end, and this is intron. So these are called the axons. This is intron, axon, intron, axon, intron, axon. So here the splicing mechanism occurs. A different kind of RNA are involved in the splicing, means cleaving the heterogeneous RNA and joining, cleave and joining the axons and introns are removed. The process is called as splicing mechanism. Already mentioned, the axons are having the intervening sequences. These intervening sequences must be removed before the RNA moved into the cytoplasm. So every intron, see, this is the intron. See, the starting point of the intron having the sequence GU. Every intron starts with the GU, ends with AG. The introns, how they are moved? By a mechanism called as splicing mechanism. Each intron starts with the nucleotides GU, ends with the nucleotide AG. So different, and other mention, the different type of RNAs are involved in the splicing mechanism. These RNA and the protein complex, the RNA and the protein complex involved in the splicing mechanism is called as spliceosome. Spliceosome. So certain RNAs, those are nothing but snRNA, small nuclear RNA and small nuclear protein snRNP. The small nuclear protein or 40 different kind of nuclear proteins are involved in the splicing mechanism. The complex of RNA and protein are called as the spliceosome. The different kind of RNAs or the complexes are present, like U1, U2, U4, U5, U6. These are different sequences are involved in the splicing mechanism. So what happens here? Already mentioned, the introns having a sequences. This is the one exon. This is one exon. These are having different sequences, acyl sequences. Intron start with the GU, ends with AG. And exactly center of the intron having the conserved sequence adenine nucleotide A. First, what happens? U1 snRNP comes and binds to the GU site. This protein U1 binds to the starting point of an intron, and at the end of an intron, G5 comes and binds. U5, sorry, at the end of the G nucleotide, one nucleotide, at the end of the intron, the U site is come and bind. Exactly at the center of the intron having the adenine nucleotide, where U2, which is the spliceosome protein, U2 come and bind. And between U2 and U5, a complex of U4 and U6 come in. So this way, this form a complete structure called spliceosome or spliceosome. See, first the U1 snRNP cleave the intron at the starting point or the 5 prime end. The 5 prime end of the intron starts with the GU and the 3 prime end of the intron consists of AZ. First U1 cleave it, second U2, U5 cleave it, and later these exons are joined. The introns are removed, exon 1, exon 2 are joined. So this mechanism is called the splicing mechanism. This mechanism is called the splicing mechanism. What happens here? After the transcript produced in case of eukaryotes is called heterogeneous RNA. This heterogeneous RNA consists of many introns and exons. Introns are the intervening sequences or they are non-coding sequences present in between the coding sequences called as exon. The coding sequences are nothing but they are going to code an amino acid during the protein synthesis. So for the synthesis of mRNA, these introns must be removed. So every exon, this is a 5 prime end and this is a 3 prime end. Between every exon, say exon 1, exon 2, exon 3, exon 4. So between the exons, the non-coding sequences introns are present. Introns are specialized or conserved the sequences like the 5 prime end of the each intron. It starts with a nucleotide called GU, is conserved, and ends with the 3 prime end. It ends with a conserved sequence called as AG, adenine and guanine. At the center of the intron, having one conserved sequence is called adenine nucleotide. So these introns should be removed and the exons should be joined. The different RNA, a very special kind of RNA and a protein involved in this splicing mechanism. This complex of RNA and a protein is called as spliceosome. This complex is called as spliceosome. So different kind of RNAs are present or involved in the splicing mechanism are called as snRNP, small nuclear RNA, and the protein are small nuclear RNP or RNP proteins. 40 different proteins are involved in it. So the complex is like U1, U2, U4, U5, U6 involve the splicing of hnRNA, heterogeneous nuclear RNA. First, U1 comes and binds the 5 prime end of the intron exactly which is having the coding sequence like G and U. U5 is a complex come and bind at the 3 prime end of the introns having the sequence called as AG. And U2 comes and binds to the exact center of the intron having the conserved sequence called adenine nucleotide. And a complex U4 and 5, U6 comes and binds between U2 and U5. First, the cleaving of the 5 prime end of the intron takes place. After cleaving, U4 is released. This intron twisted out. Later when it is twisted out by the U2, it is twisted out, and later the exonucleus means cleaving of U5 at the 3 prime end. And these two, exon 1 and exon 2 are joined. Exon 1 and exon 2 are joined. In this way, the mRNA is produced. And this way, whatever the post-transcription modification, the mRNA is produced. This mRNA later it added by different things. First, the synthesis or after the splicing mechanism, the mRNA which is produced, which is protected by 7-methylguanosine. The mRNA which is after produced, the mRNA which is produced after the splicing mechanism, which is protected by 7-methyl-guanosine cap at the 5 prime, means 7-methyl-guanosine cap is added at the 5 prime end, and the polyadenosine tail is attached at 200 to 300 nucleotide of adenine nucleotide is added at the 3 prime end. This completes the mRNA structure, and this mRNA is released or comes out from the nucleus to the cytoplasm for the synthesis of the protein. Then you may ask me, why this modification occurs? Because I already mentioned that RNA is a reactive molecule. It can be easily degradable. The cytoplasm containing numerous RNA degrading enzymes. So, to protect the RNA, this modification occurs. To protect the RNA, this modification occurs. So, what are the modification? At the 5 prime end, 7-methyl-guanosine cap is attached. At the 3 prime end, the poly A tail, 200 to 300 nucleotide tail is attached. So that the lifespan of mRNA is increased or is high in case of eukaryotes. It is around 2 to 3 hours of time. But this modification not occur in case of prokaryotes. Thus, the lifespan of mRNA in case of prokaryotes is very few minutes. So, in case of prokaryotes, so transcription and translation occurs simultaneously. Thus, we see the polyribosome structures in case of prokaryotes. So, this is about the transcription that occur in the eukaryotes. The transcription that occur in the eukaryotes and the post-transcriptional modification. And thank you very much for the patience listening. Thank you.